Ladies and gentlemen, your hero is live once again with Valkyrie Profile 2. And not just any Valkyrie Profile 2. The final Valkyrie Profile 2. We've come a long way, and it has taken me a lot, and I do mean a lot of time to get to this point. Mostly due to the fact that, for some reason, in order to do Seraphic Gate fully, completing the normal game is fine, but for context, it did take me an extra, well, would you look at that, 80-something hours. I believe we were at 140 when we got to Lazard. So there's no way we're going to lose that fight, but I did prep everything. So we're going to do one clean sweep to get all the oracles, and then once we have all those, I should finally get whatever lies beyond the oracles. So, rundown. We had two options, realistically, in order to do this in a satisfactory manner. So, the plan that we had to end up going with was we could either do Wrath of Forcefulness, or Wrath of Forcefulness, and pick up a bunch of Tearfings and rely on that and just one-shot potential. But that would kind of rely on us being able to constantly abuse the fact that we'd have it. I would need to run back and save a lot, so we didn't do that. And in order for me to actually even do this on hard, because not only are the enemies stronger, they also have, instead of 1.2, they have double HP, so they're already at Boku amounts. I had to liquidate, and even despite doing so, after liquidating all of our Anhariar, I'm still not 100% sure this is going to go well. But let's go over what the game plan is essentially. First things first. Let's get you up and running. And Dylan needs to ride at about 20% HP at all times. In order to do that, I need him at, see, about 40k. Well, 39, so that'd be 3,900. He needs to stay at 7,800 HP or lower. I can do that, but not without getting rid of Frailty, which is not something we want to do, because currently we are rocking with the Bone Mask right now, which is essential. What I am going to do here is... oh, shit, where is it? So, you're probably wondering, why do we not have a full party? Why is everybody dead? What did I do wrong? Okay, so the only reason I didn't liquidate these other guys is because I just didn't have them leveled for it, and I was too lazy to go do that. I could still do that, but we'll see how far we get first. But for context, Dylan is best boy. I have base boosted him incredibly high. Lenneth is still a sack of meat with no upgrades. So the most I could really do for her is get her into a spot where she's not dying instantly. So just in case we run into any issues with her, I will kit her out to be as dummy thick as I possibly can. Which at the end of the day isn't really all that much. But I am going to make her a brick shithouse and get all of her resistances up to Boku levels, because her goal is to just not die. If she can do that, then she is doing what I've asked of her. If she does die, then fuck. But let's not fuck. Let's stay away from fuck. I have a ham star around here somewhere. Here it is. This will hopefully prevent her from getting one-shot or transported around. Because her goal is to just not go down. And the last thing I want to give her is something to make sure that she doesn't get transferred. Actually, what's her resistances at, even with all that shit? Impervious to fire, earth. Yeah, that's close enough. Because I need it so that way she can't get transferred, which isn't really a big thing I'm worried about. I mostly just don't want her being one shot with Doom. And I don't know how to do that. I could have something here with Doom resistance. Oh, Afro Puffs. Love me some Reese's Puffs. And at this point, we're taking so much damage that it's better for us to get more elemental resistance than anything else. Alrighty, so. Her game plan is to basically not die. The way we do that... Also, there's a cat in my room. I'm also joined by the beautiful Mrs. right now. She's providing emotional support. No, you're providing emotional support. Can't do it without you. Okay, I got 3 more here. Also free item. Because her goal is basically to not die and also provide elemental support if we end up fighting certain bosses. Because we're going to be searching the whole place. I could go without free item until then, but I'll give her toughness in order to make her a brick shithouse. And I could probably give her... If she's getting hit by magic, then she's probably already fucked, so I'll give her adversity. Dylan, on the other hand, is where all of our damage is coming from. So he's rocking with Solitary Struggle. Break up for certain bosses, and we're going to adjust break up and Slayer skills based on what we run into. Fist of Iron is just a given. Instead of running Tearfing, we're running off a game plan depending on the boss that we're fighting. Right now, the boss that we're fighting... Actually, what was it? The first boss we're fighting with breakable parts, we can't use full swing because that'll accidentally launch them, and we don't want to do that because we launch too high. Since we're launching too high, we can use Tearfing, and they have plans. Tearfing only has 1 attack, but it allows me to spam the shit out of a downward swing, which is good. He's also rocking with the white loincloth and the bone mask. That's going to be our default because the white loincloth makes him based and hates women. He does double damage, specifically against women. I don't know why, it's just a feature of the game. Don't judge me. Hate on Tri-Ace. But that's kind of our game plan. He's Magician Slayer is basically every boss we're fighting. Magic Dragonhorn gives us perfect damage, defense boost, and God Destroyer, which also buffs us. And for this next guy, I could go with Bone Mask, or I could throw on Incense. You know what? Let's throw on the Incense. Because the first boss we fight has Demon, Magician, and God. And because he's going to get break up, we're rolling with Tearfing and Downward Strike to not accidentally send him high. Certain bosses, we're going to have to switch that and use Sword of the Meek. And we're going to roll with a different battle plan. Swap these 2. The other 2 need to be dead because Solitary Struggle scales based on how many people are in the party. who are dead. If I go solo and there's no one in the party, Solitary Struggle does not proc. So, let's get started. We're going to see just exactly how well this all works. And I did try my absolute best to rock and roll without doing the buffs, but the enemies have gotten so strong at this point that I'm either going to be save scumming with save states, or we're going to have to do it legit, which is what we're currently doing. I did try. I'm sorry, that's just as good as it gets. But currently the Bone Mask gives us the advantage of allowing us to coast with Frailty by giving us a 1.5 attack bonus and a crit rate boost. And that crit rate and attack boost is permanent as long as we have that. And because we're at 1% health, I don't have to worry about accidentally getting health back. That also doubles for us again, because I get another bonus from Dragon Rib, which gives not 1.5 times to just a stat, it does it for all stats, which is what we're going to be relying on very heavily. Don't do it, don't kill me. Just a boy. Oh, shit. No, no, no. Eh, fuck you. But this is the run, as you can see. I could get rid of Lenneth, but doing that is kind of too high risk, so we don't want to do that. I don't want to get rid of Lenneth because that's just too easy to get a wipe and we're going to be save scumming. So instead, we could take the damage loss, and hopefully the Einherjar boost is going to carry Dylan. Because Dylan, the only way he'd survive most attacks at this point is via very specific setups. But for the most part, he does kind of already fuck whoever he's fighting. Dylan fucks. And if he dies, I have to load back at any point. That's why it's risky to go for attacks like that. I shouldn't have done that. But I needed to in order to do this. As you can see, I'm doing 800k.
You still have much to learn.
Problem is, that's not enough. And I am going to have to move Steel Stones around through this. I do have things set up on a quick accelerate if we need to. I'd rather not, but we got to do what we got to do sometimes. Some of these setups aren't exactly easy. And it's also, thanks to this, we might be able to take on Lazard while only doing that 10% damage. Right now, we have everything we need. And currently, gender swap is done. This first boss is a male, which means we could send him to the Shadow Realm. Shouldn't need Ghostbuster for this. What I can do, actually... There are certain bosses I'll have to switch. Namely, Freya and Odin. Because I could use Psychosoma, because he has enough magic to justify it now. In her case, though, I could swap out Ghostbuster and use Free Item instead to achieve roughly the same result. And get rid of Adversity. Alrighty, let's cook.
A god. The universe is full of gods. Who needs more of them?
And right from the get-go, I could already start abusing some of the stuff we have access to. Free item allows me to not spend AP when I do that. As long as he doesn't have an AoE up, we're still good. I could get in close immediately and then just go for it. Or he's going to start moving closer to me and then fuck my shit. Okay. Let's go. A little closer. There we go. That also lets me abuse positioning without spending AP. And then break up lets me do this. And because we don't have the launcher, I could just fucking spam this shit like I'm beating my meat.
Lay thy soul to rest.
Never stood a chance. Yeah, currently all I have is an attack debuff, a bunch of defense reductions on the enemy, and then gender switch, because certain male enemies we're fighting, I could nuke. I think the next guy we fight is Odin. We could still use white loincloth, but I could get rid of incense and throw back on the bone mask to achieve basically the same result. A little less, but it does it. However, I do get rid of Magician Slayer here, which is fine. Fortunately, Breakup will have to go, because this is when Breakup starts coming less useful. And this is when we start getting into the magic shenanigans. So I could tap into Magic Mail. Actually, fuck that. Let's just go more on damage. If I'm using Psycho Soma, fuck it. Get rid of free item, go back to Ghostbuster, because right now she has Ascalon. Which, in hindsight, yeah, fuck Ascalon. Do any of these give me resistance? Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. Next up is Odin, who just has God and no breakable parts, so I gotta watch it. Some of these we're going to have to go back for, though, in order to do the setup for the following fight. And I could play it super safe and go back and, like, save and all that shit, but I've done enough prep. We're good. That's what Lenneth is for. It may extend the fight a little bit, but I'd rather have the fight slightly extend than have to tap in certain parts. I also figured out how to set up hotkeys on my controller in order to speed things up organically without pressing F4 on my keyboard. So I may have accidentally Alt F4'd a few times. For this next guy, unfortunately, because of who he is, I'm going to switch over to Sword of the Meek. And we're going to go back to using Full Swing because what I could do is basically dribble him. Okay. It's just a puzzle room. I don't need it. And I can speed up sections like that. Like I said, we're being overly cautious for good reason, because if I fuck up during any of this, it's back to game start. Which is no fun for anyone. Except maybe you guys. You don't like seeing me suffer. And also because some of these dudes, if I'm running and speed shit up, I do fuck myself. They move fast and they lock on quick too. Like this guy. If I'm not paying attention, he will jump me. Okay. Go through here. And this is the next setup. Mental boost. This is all for his damage. Sword of the Meek, so that way he has 2 attacks. Currently I still have gender switch, so white loincloth stays.
Impertinent insects! Thou cannot rule this world of mine!
He's gonna use spell reinforce.
Didst thou really think thou could defeat the Lord of the Gods?
The best option we always have in this position, too, is always going to be... Oh, shit. To have Lenneth face tank basically anything that we're dealing with. And this guy isn't exactly fast. I don't like the way he's looking at me right now. So what I can do is this. Make this a little easier on us. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, Lenneth. Just trigger it and don't die. Yeah, he's a tanky dude. Just for context, this is how bad it's gotten. He has 5.7 million HP. Also, he's also a magician. I didn't know that. 17k attack and a lot of defense. There's a reason we don't use anything elemental. We do this. Like I said, the goal is to dribble him. He's gonna get upset. And then we can finish him.
I feel unprepared.
Next boss, however, unfortunately, it's vice versa. Instead of Psychosoma, I have to run Magician Slayer, and Magician Slayer is the only thing that works. I do get the benefit of Breakup, though. Because for some reason, you can break Blizzard. Don't ask why. I don't know either. I also do realize now that I did forget to throw on Ghostbuster, which is fine, but as long as I don't run into any more goobers, I can't imagine this backfiring. Because I don't think there's very many enemies left that'll do that. However, I do need her full health. And yes, I am gonna. You will see me strategically do that. I've been doing this for a while. Okay, this is the 11th I think run. It's taken a lot to get here. So if I seem a little short on patience, that's why. Okay, no oracle. We're good. So we'll skedaddle through here, go through here, and this is the Lizard area. Fortunate. Ooh. Nothing. Okay. This is where things kind of get a little topsy-turvy, and this is kind of why she's here too. Because I'm going to need to kneecap whoever I'm fighting if I want to actually survive this next area. Let's see if there's art in the adjacent room. I don't believe... No, there's nothing there. Also, this dude has ambushed me a couple of times that is complete bullshit. Okay. Magician Slayer, Breakup. Actually, you know what? If Breakup's gonna trigger... Let's do this. Tag in Tearfing. I can get rid of the white loincloth. Because currently, this is the only situation in which it doesn't apply. There are. Don't ask me how long it took to get all those dragon horns. It took a hot minute, okay? She's still doing what I need her to. The only way Dylan survives anything right now is if he survives by pure bullshit. Because his avoid is pretty high, but that's no guarantee we're gonna win.
unredeemable soul, I shall purify you once and for all.
He's not using an AoE, that's fine. Time to start praying.
Unseen power. Smash from their bodies the breath of life.
Oh dear. I did not trigger breakup. I may fuck up.
Now, let us go.
Or he's just going to do that on Lenneth and give us a freebie. Okay, I'll take it. Sure, I'll take it. So I gotta be real careful here if I fuck this up. Just give me the break. Damn it.
Weak fool.
We're getting lucky and he's just beating on Lenneth right now. I did hear that he actually has like a specific targeting behavior here. I wonder if that's what's happening. Got this real close. I hope he... I can remember that. That's gonna be Doom, which she's invulnerable to. And now we can land this. This guy's fun. And that's Lazard. Unfortunately, though, for this next one, we don't have that same benefit. Because this next one, I don't get very many alternate sources to pull damage from, and breakup is no longer helpful. Which is why Psycho Soma is going to be important here. And we're also using sort of the Meek explicitly for this. However, I can call in the White Loincloth. Because she's still a woman. And I don't remember there being anything else that... No. Oh, wait. Lenneth. Can't take that chance. And then this fuck's gonna try and jump me. Yeah, I don't think so. No. Okay, we got that Oracle. Like I said, the room for error on a lot of these fights is almost minimal. Ah, there's our next Oracle that I need. You fucking bitch. Wait a second. Wait. No, no, no. This still... We get rid of the poison. No, we're gonna keep the poison. This actually helps us later. I have an idea. And we got another Oracle. We could use the poison to give us a certain stat buff, kind of like we can with the Bone Mask. Say that no tolerance doesn't matter all that much. That's fine. We could just leave it. And I can't risk jumping down because we might get jumped if I do. There we go. Nip that risk in the bud. And now we have you. We're gonna have to go back and grab certain seal stones in order to do this next part. But the fact that we already have poison is a big buff for us. It normally wouldn't be, but in this case, it is. And there's no oracles here that we need. This next one, I did figure out a little rope-a-dope. You just go straight forward, you go right under. Oh, shit.
Let me deal with this. I know you must be tired. Ha! No mercy!
And then he could just smash the shit out of him.
A battle fought half-hearted.
There's nothing from any of these areas that we need in order to complete this next section, though. The main thing is to just not get fucked and caught off guard. Because if I fuck up this next area, we're in deep shit. Kind of like that. Yeah, that'll do it. God damn it.
Just a waste of our time.
Okay, we got a good setup. I can get this. Just Dylan. Nah, go for it. Every enemy in the Seraphic Gate right now has an ungodly amount of HP. If I go... God fucking damn it. There we go, I'll take that. Well, I suppose I had to come down here anyway. To go check out that fucking nothing. Oh, I remember now. I can do this. That'll immediately give us the height we need. Here's what I'd say if I don't fuck it up. Okay, I can run in here. As soon as I drop down low, fire that off. There we go. That's what I'd say if I wasn't completely fucking wrong. Again. There we go. Bollocks. Okay, there we go. Made it. Okay, now this is the hard part. If something was going to go wrong, it would go wrong here. The only thing she has is Divine. That is the only boost I could take advantage of. She has no parts to break. There's nothing else really here. All I get is the advantage from Bone Mask. Okay, I have Sword of the Meek. Okay. Let's do this.
Freya, I do not wish to fight against thee.
And I have to time this perfectly, because if I don't, I will fuck it. And her guard is really fucking high right now, too, because I don't have any debuffs running on her. I can get her a little closer to Lenneth, though. She's going to buff herself. But we could do the same at relatively no cost, due to Lenneth being right there. She's about to use her ult, so that means this either works or we're fucked.
Low down, flames. Burn this soul.
Okay. Also, the new cat has gotten very, very comfortable. She's found her resting place. Unfortunately, it's usually my resting place. Right in between the cheeks. Why you always looking at me like that? Oh, right here. And now the final boss. Or almost final boss. There's a lot of that entire setup that we just had. Except we're going back to Breakup, Magician Slayer, all that good stuff. Instead of Bone Mask, I get rid of Bone Mask, and we can throw on Incense, because she's Divine, Magician, and Demon. However, I am obligated to go check down here real fast, just to make sure I didn't miss an article. I did not. We're good. This next room might actually... Oh, there's one right there. Oh, balls. I cannot let that dude hit me. If that's a certain enemy, then we're gonna get fucked. Who's this guy? Nope, nothing. We're good. That's fine. That's less fun. Oh, shit. Nope. Fuck you. You know what? Maybe we just go through this side instead. There we go. That allows me to get over here. Actually didn't know that that oracle was there originally either, so now we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Go. Go to your thing. Okay, made it. And hopefully I don't have to drop down. And this next part's super easy, because we already checked this room. As long as I don't get tagged by numbnuts over there, we should be good. It's one of the only enemies in the area. I'm not worried about it. That's going to drop us down here. There are no oracles in this room. I do have to watch this next area, because if I do anything aside from go straight down, it's going to be a fight. Okay, Tearfing, check. White Loincloth and Incense, check. Magician Slayer, check. Breakup, check. I have everything I could possibly use here in order to not die. Hopefully that'll make her a bit less squishy. Okay, this is it. This either works perfectly or we wipe and then that's it. That's the game. And we also get the final doodad, the Angel Slayer. The Angel Slayer is what you get for running this 10 plus times. It is a very powerful weapon. Not exactly what she's looking for, but the problem is that sword has very debatable attack patterns that I can't trust.
I'll cut you apart, limb by limb, and cleave your head from your lifeless corpse.
Also, she's a sweetheart. That's how this works.
No mercy!
Yep, it worked. Smash your ass!
Now.
She could use Regenerate here, but right now we have Free Move, Charge Break, and he's still close, so that allows me to do it all over again. And that's all I got.
I cannot be defeated. I shall be reborn more powerful than ever before.
Inside plant.
Final wipe. We have everything we could possibly get from this. That was the final battle. Except for these last two. If these last two go well, then it's our win. In order to do this, though, there are a few things we need. Because I get access to all of one single seal stone. So whatever I grab, that's it. I cannot link anything else here. So because of that, I'm actually allowed to leave this and then come back. That's fine. And then we could retake everything that's here. Because what we want is to reduce the shit out of her defense. Because all of our damage is mostly coming in at physical. So reducing her defense will give us a higher baseline. Unfortunately, Durna's only weakness is Magician Slayer. Breakup does not do anything. I can't throw in Adversity, though, because there's a couple extra mooks in the battle. Incense does nothing, so we could take advantage of the Bone Mask. If I could fucking find it. There we go. And she is a woman, so White Loincloth still applies. But that's literally it. That's all we can use here. And because that is the case and she cannot be broken, I do have to dribble her. means bringing back Sword of the Week. Anything I could run here also gets sped up when I do that. But what I can do here is if I want to be a real shit ass, I do have the Angel Slayer, and I did just save. So I could take my Angel Slayer, which does Divine, which doesn't really help us, but because of that inane fucking damage boost, go in, swap out Sword Blessing, throw in Wrath of Forcefulness, counting on the fact that it will break. And I could still dribble her because I get 2 moves. So this is either A, going to go flawlessly, or B, we're going to fail. Is there anyone in my party who's already dead? No. Okay. That's okay. She's the last hurdle. I am going to use a save state here mostly just because this will save us some time for what I'm about to do next. I'm going to go here. Just for context, this is how strong she is on the final run. She has 17 million HP and a whole lot of defense and attack. 31,000 attack and 64,000 magic. You do not survive a fight with her. At all. Okay, that'll do. Okay, you know what? Never mind. Yeah, when I say I don't like using Wrath of Forcefulness, that's why. The only way it works is save state abuse.
Unseen power. Smash from their bodies the breath of life.
You win. I'll get in trouble with the boys upstairs if I make the opponents any stronger. That's enough. Actually, I've never heard that one. Strength has no limit, but a person can choose to take the easy path. And that's it. That's our journey. Ah, let me some bots. He already kind of has the kit that I want him to have right now. And I'll keep him with the Angel Slayer because it does enough damage that... that's fine. And he's going to need it, because this next fight, without it, is going to be AIDS. Because this is the fight where I have to single-handedly take on Lazard. And this time, I have all the prep we're going to need, but remember, no matter how much prep we have, we're only doing 10% damage. So either it works or it doesn't. However, I do have a couple advantages here. Also, just so you guys don't have to listen to the aids of what I'm about to do, which I will shortly explain, I'm going to mute this. And play some light jazz. What would be some good I'm beating the game OST? That'll work. Okay, so last time we did this, we didn't weaken Lazard, we didn't take away any resistances or anything. He'll still take only 10% damage, but I do have a couple things I could do in order to nip that in the bud. Chasm Wrath in order to reduce his defenses. That's important. But what I can also do is... Where's the other one? I need to make it so he can't counterattack whenever I take a swing at him. Otherwise, it's going to be a long fight. And I also get the benefit of the elusive air law. So what that does is it makes setting this up real fucking easy. Because there's not a single point lacking in divinity. I get 1, 2, 3. I get 3 seal stones I could use in order to counter his bullshit. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm reading that right. So let's go take care of it. Okay, first boss, I guess. I can take one of these guys. And since we have the Angel Slayer, this guy's basically just turning into paste. R.I.P. gamer. Okay, first things first, defense reduction. And he has a lot of resistances, so we gotta nip that in the bud. Because we are doing a slight amount of earth damage, and if it's just us and him, we need to make sure that all that damage is all cash money. As the kids would say. Then Dylan, on his own, will bravely charge ahead. Oh, shit. That's pretty fun. Not what I wanted out of that, but okay. Kind of hoping you would have dodged that. Also, holy shit, you will just not fucking die, huh? There we go. Also, in order to prevent any random snafus, that is also why I have given him Lenneth in order to make sure he doesn't randomly fall through the fucking floor. Because if he does, and I'm not prepared, we're fucked. Also, props to anyone who recognizes this. Dylan, go do your thing. There's a reason Lenneth is built the way she is. The strat has a lot of holes in it, which is why we play it the way we do. So we can't take chances. And remember, I'm also debuffed as well. Oh yeah, evade. I have a thing that prevents me from evading. Ha. Well, I don't have Bone Mask, so here's what I'm gonna do. I don't really have a good way to inflict frailty on myself. So I can do this. And I do still have access to the Bloody Patch. Wait a sec, I could gender swap that guy. What was it? Lazard's male. Oh, I also have Magician's Lair. Perfect. Yeah, fuck this guy. Get rid of this. Throw back on the white loincloth. You could still use it. When we're on our way to the next area, I'll have to make sure to swap that at that green doodad. Perfect. She's resistant to that. She is not resistant to that. I took off the hamster, didn't I? Okay. Sorry, brother. Game was set from the start. So there's no accidents. Yeah, he's a chunky boy. And now we have our kit. Most of you are already aware of how the first phase of this goes, so I'm not too worried about it. It's what's everything else that happens. Giving it everything we got here. And now for the setup. Defense, everything else is boosted as high as I could possibly get it. Dylan is as strong as he can possibly be. Both Dragon Horns included. Magician Slayer, Breakup. I'm not sure how well Breakup will come in handy here, but I think he does have a few parts that can be broken. Honestly, I think I'd rather just give him Magic Mail. How high is his avoid? It might work. Alright, final set, man. Angel Slayer, I've given him everything he needs. I would have liked to have that frailty boost. It is what it is. I'll get over it. Because I still don't have a consistent way to get frailty that isn't a Rectaris. And that's not my preferred way of doing that. Let's cook. I'm gonna say I got rid of evade encounter, so he's not gonna be teleporting around like a fucking shit ass again. Lucky me. Somebody just got nailed. Wow, I cannot believe I nailed that. Okay, I made it. Wait a sec. Okay. We're good. All right, boys and girls.
My beloved God,
Showtime.
please be patient a little longer. It will take time to extend myself deeper into the soul of Lenneth Valkyrie.
Didn't I tell you to stop doing that shit, bro? God damn it. Okay. Lenneth might actually come in handy here. Dylan can get in position here, and Lenneth can go fuck off and beat him. That's enough damage. That'll stun.
Accept your fate.
That's fine. I only do 1,000 damage to stun him. And he does more than enough kahuna damage to pop that shit. And now the hard part. The irony is that everyone got revived for this, so I'm gonna have to kill them on purpose. Just like God intended. Hey, the pretty lady. Alrighty. Not exactly how I wanted to set this up, but... Remember, without Valkyrie doing damage, everyone does only 10%. So this is basically it. This is what we're packing. This either works perfectly, or is going to be a complete failure. Let's find out. We'll save state here just in case.
You absurd, pitiable fools. Does your folly never end? Very well. You are the first blasphemers to defy the new god. Ye shall burn in the fires of hell for all eternity! You filth shall pay!
Yeah, Lazard even now is still no joke when it comes to just the sheer amount of damage he can output. Oh, I can score a breakup.
You fools! I am a god! Suffer the agony of hell!
This is also when Lazard has the best voice lines in the game and talks mad shit throughout the whole entirety of it. He's a real sweetheart. Okay, that works. With that, I could do this. Give Dylan the boost he needs. And clap your cheeks. I also can fucking decapitate the man, apparently. I didn't even realize I could break this version of Lazard. Okay. Well, I guess you're gonna have a bad time, man. He also likes to tell me he's a god a lot. It's gonna work. We get it. I've been dying to hear this voice line. I want to hear exactly what he says when you do this with Just on Harrier.
Lenneth's spirit. Lenneth's soul. It all belongs to me! Now die, you damned human!
A soul is something no other can possess.
A god is not as almighty as I expected.
Now you see. Nothing can rule another's heart. Nothing. You have toyed with countless souls. You have used Gungnir to wreak havoc and destruction on the world. For these sins you will pay with your soul.
I have lost.
I wonder if there's a
Alicia?
quote there I missed. I thought there you get like at least something for doing it without Valkyrie, but I guess fuck me, huh? Okay then. And then they lead up into Valkyrie Profile the First. Incredible. Alrighty, let me piss real quick and I'll offer final thoughts on the game because it's going to take me a minute.
Danger.
From what? You can't tell?
How do you know?
I don't sense anything. If she says we're in danger, we are.
He's right.
Alrighty, so here we are at the end of a very, very long journey with Valkyrie Profile 2. This is definitely going in the category of one of those games where I feel like multiple playthroughs kind of let the game shine brightest. I feel like the first playthrough makes it too easy on you if you're not paying any attention at all. The second playthrough definitely lets you finally interact with the mechanics of the game, because I know when we got there and was able to start experimenting with shit, I started getting a lot more mileage out of this, which I'm thankful for. And the amount of time and sheer fucking autism it took to get some of these builds together, because the amount of options you have between your Einherjar, the permanent team members, where loot is, gear checks, all that stuff, how you break down Einherjar, lets the game shine in a way I didn't expect. And it's such a logical progression from Valkyrie Profile 1, because it takes the mechanics from VP1, enhances them, brings them into 3D, all in a way that still makes sense and is intuitive for the player. It's actually one of the things I really like about this, and what I think adds a lot of much-needed depth the first game did not have. Especially with the way the combo system works and everything. The only reason we had to get, like, as abusive as we were with the mechanics is mostly just because when you have 20 million health, Dylan's just the dude. Dylan has the benefit of having the highest multipliers for a lot of his moves. Arngrim only gets one move that's even remotely close, where it hits like 1.7 damage based on the attack itself. Dylan's hitting like 2.5, which is why Dylan ended up being our guy for who we had to choose for this. I had another build in mind maybe that might have worked, involving having 4 archers and Wrath of Stone Hurling for that double damage, but that's the only other thing I think could work. You could jury-rig a lot of stuff, but the game encourages you to wipe the enemy as fast as humanly possible, and a lot of the plans that you could have to start wiping dudes at that level involve making certain fights just a fucking slog. But the game gives you so much. There's so much build variety. I mean, you saw it. We willingly kept Frailty throughout the entirety of Seraphic Gate with Bone Mask. We had the Dragon Horn. The loot system itself, a bit too esoteric. Honestly, I'd advise just getting a guide for some of that shit, because trying to find it on your own without it, kind of a bitch. You don't even know if you're getting the right stuff half the time. And there is an easy way in order to guarantee loot with the 7777 trick, which helped me. I only used it in the second playthrough where I allowed a guide because I wanted to see exactly what I missed. Solomon's Ring lets you talk to animals too, which is cool. But yes, this game definitely shines the longer you play it. And I could see how getting this game as a kid, you'd want to go absolutely nuts. I may have gone a little too nuts. I played this way longer than I thought I would. This is a shining beacon of what a JRPG should be. Not just the end of a story and difficulty that feels like bullshit, but difficulty that lets you actually dig into the mechanics to win fights, while at the same time giving you tons of toys and build variety to play with enemies strong enough to challenge those builds in a meaningful way that does not feel like complete bullshit. I would love to have more of this. I know we have Valkyrie Profile 3, but it's a tactical RPG. Unfortunately, this is the death of the series, because the most recent entry we had was Valkyrie Elysium, which I hesitate to call a Valkyrie Profile game or even representative of the series in any possible way. I feel like it was a downgrade in every way. It felt like a 1.5A title, like a double A title almost. It felt like Devil May Cry if it was shitty and had a Valkyrie skin on it. No, would not recommend. The story's lacking in the first half. Lazard's voice acting carried most of it. And then in the second half, I feel like it all comes together with the plot connecting those threads and everything amazingly, because you find out this isn't just a sequel, it's a prequel sequel wrapped in one, and only one character, maybe two if you include Lenneth, count as a actual sequel character. Absolutely phenomenal. I love the shit out of this a lot more than I thought I would. I couldn't gush any more than if I tried. I still had to go back and leave Seraphic Gate a few times to get like toys here and there in order to successfully get through shit. But if I had to recommend this, I would recommend this heavily. And I feel like emulation actually makes this better because you have the option of hitting the run at like 500 times speed. Because there are some parts when you're trying to get, enemy parts and certain enemies to appear that it does feel MMO and shitty and weighty, but I feel like that lets the game be in its best form because you skip the wait and the dumb bullshit, and it allows you to just kind of go get what you need in a reasonable manner for you as a human being. I wouldn't recommend doing it for the first playthrough. That second playthrough, it was damn near mandatory. I don't have the kind of free time to sit here and do that, and even then it still took quite a bit of time to get what I needed. So if you value your sanity and your free time, I would highly recommend you do so. But high recommendation, absolutely fantastic. I already explained the builds and stuff, so pick it up, give it a try for anyone who watches this. And as for me, after 400 hours that I didn't even intend to put in, I am fucking done with this game. I'm gonna go play something else. I just got an English translation of apparently the Battle Angel Alita game for the PS1. It's either that, Spy Drops, which recently came out on PC, or Valkyrie Profile 3 for the DS. So, I'll see you then. Give this a try. Give it more than a try. Give it a wank. And actually dig into the mechanics, because holy shit, that second playthrough, high recommendation. That normal playthrough just felt like it was for the story and to kind of know where stuff is. Because I was finding stuff out even way deep, balls deep into the back half of our second playthrough. And that's kind of what I've absolutely adored about this. But you've been listening to Mason FM with the Evening Hour. God bless you. God bless this stream. And God bless Lazard, because every single one of his voice lines were baller as shit, and I wish he'd appear again, because it was fucking beautiful. You can't put this man on my team and give him a maniacal laugh, while at the same time popping that maniacal laugh and telling me, yeah, this guy definitely isn't going to betray you. Like, we knew, but I mean, fuck, how can I not have him on my team? And I found out in the guide, he is the worst wizard in the game. So at that point, I'm only using him just because, I mean, some of the shit he says, because he talks fucking mad shit every time you're in a fight. I love it. But I'll see you next time, boys and girls. Hopefully this isn't the death of the series. We'll see. We still got... Tri-Ace is still a company. I'll pick up the Star Ocean games at some point. I know G recommended them to me. So our resident Australians had pretty good taste, so I'll count on him for that. But I'll see you then. Good night, everybody.